So obviously, loved having you on the podcast. Much appreciated. Chatted with another legend. He must have been about your age. Runs a huge building company down in Gold Coast, and we did the podcast. And I said to him, he's like, "Bro, I want to get stuck into the socials, but I just don't have the stuff for it." I said, "Bro, just try and take a storytell video every day and don't post it. Save it to your camera roll." Anyway, he did it for about a month and then he started posting and I was like, fuck yeah, good on you, like just little updates. And he said he had an inquiry, met with a client off of Instagram, and now he's quoting like a $5 million house down on the GC. I was like, bro,
Yeah,
that cost you nothing.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
your
yeah,
acquisition cost is zero.
yeah. And all he's doing is talking about things that he knows about, right?
Yeah,
And that's the value of it, mate. Because all you
yeah,
got to do is talk about stuff that you know about and you're passionate about, and that shines through.
yeah.
Socials is gold, And look, interesting story. I love hearing stuff like that. Our cost per lead at the moment is the lowest it's been in the last 10 years.
How
You
good,
know,
bro? How good?
it's nuts, right?
Yeah.
But according to all the commies, we're capitalist bastards, mate, for taking advantage of the building industry. But like, if you can get your cost per lead down to 1% of revenue, like what the fuck, man?
Yeah, that's
So,
outrageous, man. Bro, give me an update. What's been happening in your world since I caught up with you, man? How's business? How's everything going?
mate, honestly, I really enjoyed that podcast we did together. A lot of things have happened since then. It was a great moment for me to be able to talk with you about where we're at and what I was seeing happening, and how quickly has so much changed in this last 6 months, seven
Yeah,
months. Like I've got. It's a tale of two worlds up here in Queensland because it's hot as fuck. The market right now, everyone's looking for builders everywhere. But you've also got companies that are really struggling, and that's because they've not been able to adapt to new technology,
yeah, man.
the way the market operates at the moment, and they've left themselves a little bit exposed. So, we've got tons of work coming through, but for the first time in a really long time, I'm seeing tradies coming out of the woodwork looking for work as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's a really strange thing to see. I don't know if you're seeing that as well.
Yeah, bro. We're just like we never expected. I don't know. In Aussie, is Australia Day kind of like the day that everyone's back in Australia? Like no one really
Yeah,
works. Yeah. So in
right.
New Zealand,
It's a
bro.
slow start, mate. It's an
Yeah,
Australian start,
yeah.
right?
It's
So.
because the beaches are so fucking good, man. Bro, our first day back on the 6th, bro. Like we on average close maybe 20 to 25 jobs a week in New Zealand, and in Aussie we're about 15 to 18. Man, on
Yeah.
that first Monday back, we closed 28 jobs in New Zealand, and we were like, "What the fuck is going
Fuck.
on?" Like,
Yeah.
and it's been
Yeah.
rampant, but I don't know. It's good. And then like Aussie, we weren't expecting until Australia Day, but the second week back, we've doubled our volume already. So I don't know if that's
Man.
just. And everyone's always.
Unreal.
I did a video about doubling. We doubled our ad spend last year, and we doubled our income. And it's just like
Yeah.
the game of numbers, bro. Like
Yeah.
before you got big on your socials, you probably would have seen your business where you got to spend money to make money. I don't know.
Well, you still got to spend money to make money. And we noticed that with our e-commerce transactions because, as you know, we sell building materials online as well as run a building company. So, like, for us, it's all about impressions. If we're at 1.5 million in impressions, like in fucking view eyeballs on stuff,
Yeah,
we have a certain dollar value that meets. And if
yeah,
as soon as the impressions number comes down, the dollar value goes down with that for the online
yeah,
sales as
yeah,
well. And so, like for me, it's a fascinating world because I live in the world of phone calls, leads,
yeah,
on-site quotes and building, and then our e-commerce, which is complete. It's a completely different game,
yeah,
but in the end, it's still the same. It's all about people seeing your shit. So.
yeah,
And what the other problem now is that because we've got so many leads coming from that stuff, you can get 1.5 million impressions on your online
yeah,
presence, but
yeah.
we can't handle the leads. I haven't got enough guys in my office to handle the leads
Bro,
coming through, mate. So
that's what, man. Funny. This is a new pitch we've looked at. So there's a guy in oh, actually, no, fuck that. What are you doing to? Because that's money out the door. Like, what are you doing to combat that problem? Like, you
dude,
look.
is it money out the door or is it more than you can handle? Like, there's a
True,
sweet
true.
spot, bro. Like, there's only so much you can take. And I've been around this game for a really long time.
Yeah,
Honestly, I could take on fucking million, 2 million, 3 million, $4 million worth of work in the next week. And all I'm going to do is tear out the last of my hair that I'm hiding under my hat right now and fucking have an aneurysm trying to deal with it. So,
yeah, bro.
look, if there's one thing I've worked out over the last 4 years, it's stay in your lane,
Yeah,
be
man.
good at what you do,
Yeah.
and manage your margins, mate, because it's really easy to go broke getting big.
Bro, 100%, man. Yeah, no, absolutely. What's your split at the moment between e-commerce and physical building? Because you didn't have too many builders on the ground, did you? You 6 to 8 or
We
something? Is that right?
Yeah. So like for us, eight's a big number. Like honestly, we've got a couple of gun teams that turn over work really, really quickly. And consider that our average supply and install job is around about $20,000 to $30,000. So they're not big numbers. We're not delivering homes for people.
Yeah,
We're doing big improvements, decks, patios, carports, and stuff like
yeah,
that.
man,
So
man.
so like online and our kit business is 9 out of every $10 we bring in, mate. Like, we are $1 for
Yeah,
every 10 is building work. The rest is all kit and material sales.
yeah,
And I never planned it that way, dude. We spoke about that at the interview. For
yeah,
me, it was all about finding something to fill the troughs in the building company revenue.
yeah,
We just happened to find our niche with it, mate. We've got a great supply agreement with our suppliers nationally, and we supply that stuff all over Australia. And I
yeah,
fucking love it, man, because I just honestly, you love building, you get that. I love the game. I love watching people build shit. I love watching our customers build these amazing
yeah, man.
projects, mate, themselves, and us helping them get there. It's
Yeah.
fucking awesome, mate.
Well, I'll tell you what, bro. My passion's changed over the last 3 months, bro. I used to love.
Dude, you've changed over the last 3 months. I've watched you now since
Yeah,
we
bro.
first met, and
Yeah.
you have mate, you fucking exploded, right? Like you
Yeah,
found you found something that you are really, really good at, and that's
yeah,
also highlighting where the fucking corruption is
yeah, bro.
around us, man.
I mean, I just had no idea, Scott, of the level of like the can of worms that are opening off it, and it's crazy, bro. But I was just saying on a Instagram live before, I was like, I just want to get a few things all set up before I go all in, hire a researcher, hire someone, and I'm gonna triple the amount of content we can do. But it's just wild, bro. Like the we must get 40 to 50 messages a week of across all platforms. Hey, look into this. Hey, dig into this.
Yeah.
Hey, you need to sort out these guys. You need to do this. And I'm like, fuck, I feel like I got a cape on or something, man. You know,
I
like,
mean, well, you know what? You discovered a niche that no
yeah,
one is fucking talking about, man. And this shit that you're exposing has been allowed to slide under the fucking radar with these
whoa,
slippery, greasy, fucking political hacks.
yeah,
It doesn't matter where they come from, left, right, fucking down.
yeah.
It doesn't matter what side of politics. They're all fucking greasing the pole the same way, man.
Yeah, man. My thing is it's just like if it's a ratepayer and a taxpayer's money, like why
Yep.
on earth is I hate the word commercially sensitive. So I challenge every like request to get all the information. Now I've
Yep.
probably sent out 15 Legima requests. I've had one 45-page document back. And off that
Yeah, right.
45-page document, I found over $60,000 worth of PM fees on a $200,000 job.
That's fucking nuts,
Like it's
right?
and I exposed the lady because she said she was the project manager of it, but she had to hire a project management company from Auckland to fly down to Palmy every week at $800 a pop, 150
Yep.
an hour on the ground. And I was like, isn't that your job to PM this project? I
Yeah.
was like, oh my gosh, man.
Oh, it's good. It's a great job if you can get it,
Yeah,
right? Right. If
absolutely.
it's good, and okay, it just happens to be my fucking cousin or my uncle
Yeah,
fucking Harold. I mean,
yeah,
there's no corruption. There's nothing to see here,
yeah,
bro.
yeah,
Like fucking,
yeah.
how would you feel being Sydney's Northern Beaches fucking council at the moment, just announcing the 40% fucking increase in
Oh,
council rates?
bro, it's
You
just
know.
like before they increase rates, shouldn't they be looking at examining their staff and salary costs first? Like instead of going out to the people and saying, "Hey, we need more money," shouldn't it be
Yeah.
okay? How can we trim? How can we trim some fat? Or no, we'll
We
just
we
go.
don't just need some more money CPI. We need 40 fucking percent,
Yeah,
right?
that
Like and I honestly don't. I reckon the can of worms that you've opened in NZ with councils there. I honestly believe if you start cracking open Australia, you
yeah,
you are going to find a
yeah,
deep level of fucking rot here that
yeah.
will blow your mind, mate. Blow your mind.
Anyone in the comments, just while we're here, if you have a council or if there's something you're not happy with, like your rates have gone up, you have some juice on someone, because I tell you what we're finding at the moment in Aussie is there's not as many open articles. I don't know if it just gets shut down way quicker or if that
Well,
shit doesn't get out, but it's
Do you see this comment here? Some comments in this live were filtered to protect the community experience. So, like we know you people out there, there's 35 people like watching,
Yeah,
37. You see this stuff, right?
yeah,
You see it. Because I get the messages, you get the messages,
yeah,
bro. They're
man.
going, hey, have you seen this?
Yeah,
Have you seen this?
yeah.
They're dropping this, and this.
I
Like we've got
yeah,
and dude, there's only so much you can price, right? Like I mean, honestly, I don't know how you do what you do. I've got so much fucking respect for the time because you're not getting paid to cost these fucking council
nah,
projects, right?
nah, no way.
But we've got projects here that were costed at $4 billion that are suddenly $16 billion. And you want to talk about fucking grift,
Yeah,
right?
bro, that's outrageous.
Where the fuck is that money going, man?
Yeah, yeah, that's outrageous. And I'm just like, how is there not like a open book report on all of these? Like, it's just wild that no one that is paying for these projects can get access to the
Yeah,
sheets. Like, it's
yeah,
just, I don't know, man. It's just outrageous. So we got these hats made, make councils accountable again, and we sold about 10 of them this week in New Zealand. And I'm gonna start. But what we want to do is we're just looking at how we can get people to help us with like GoFundMe because obviously I'm pricing it at the moment, but we want to get 1,000 people paying $25 a month, and that's enough for us to hire a lawyer, a researcher, and like a journalist type person. But we
yeah,
need to move all of our content to X because as soon as I mention the word,
yeah,
I won't say it, the old fucking thing, and
yeah.
anything about councils or the F word or I get shadow banned and kicked off straight away. It's
Yeah,
insane how quickly they shut
it's
you down.
and it's funny how you see the numbers plummet. I'll make a video and I'll go, look, that was a good quality video. I know the edit was good. I know the
Yeah,
content was good, and it's like crunching 1,000, 2,000 views, and then it's just
yeah,
like
yeah,
stops, right?
yeah. I know.
And I know I've been reported from every angle, and I can't monetize anything. I can't promote anything. I've been shut down. Oh, TikTok sent me a message saying your account is shut down for monetization or for any promotion until 2034.
Yeah, wow.
So
2034.
X is where it's at, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
yeah,
probably
yeah,
getting shadow banned now for saying that right now, but
yeah,
they banned me till 2034. And someone else said to me, create another account, just create a Shallowchal number two.
yeah.
Why the fuck should I have to? We live in a
Nah.
free speech society, so who have I
Yeah,
offended? And this
just out of
isn't,
interest.
it's not right or left, mate. It's all
No.
fucking the same level of corruption. So,
Are you? Yeah, are you on X? Someone just comment because I've just moved to X this week, and it's good. I'm moving all my shit to X. Like I'm just gonna start
yeah,
slowly filtering people over to X.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
TikTok
well,
wide reach, but yeah,
mate, funny story, but I've had an X account for about 3 months with Shallowchal, like this entity that I use on TikTok. And I started posting all the videos from TikTok over to that. So if I posted here, I posted on X. Last week for Australia, I made an X video, should Australia invade New Zealand?
oh
Right?
yeah,
Because
I saw that. I saw that.
Right, because if we're going to call it Invasion Day, then fuck it, let's invade something, right?
Yeah, yeah, I
And
saw that
you
video.
Kiwis all melted down, dude. Half of you agreed, half of you were like, come fucking have a crack. And I was
Yeah,
like, I
yeah,
thought it
yeah.
was hilarious. And my ex following fucking tripled,
No
right? Just
way.
from that one fucking video. Right. And so, and
Andy,
then, and then,
Andy
then a
said
couple
it.
of other people grabbed a hold of it and went, and it was really funny to me that you can put it on Instagram, put it on X, put it on TikTok, and you'll get a different level of interaction on each
Yeah,
platform. So,
as well. Andy, yeah, we've got two hats. One's make quantity surveying great again, and another one is make councils accountable again. So I don't know if you know. Yeah, there we go, baby.
I,
Scott, yeah, shallow Howard Rapid take on the councils.
I'm making America great again because without a great America, you don't have a great world, mate, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
bro.
So,
Dude, we waited up till 1 a.m. until old mate got put in, bro. I was so happy, man. Like I was like, we can make so much fucking money now that he's back, you know?
well, I mean, look, money's great. I love money. You love money. We want to make money. And the problem that I've got at the moment is that I'm just getting constantly attacked by socialists and commies. Like they're making. I had someone down in Victoria made a video called Australia's Worst Builder, right, and put it on fucking YouTube and put me in there and said I was from Rhodesia and I was a fucking racist.
Bro, geez, you're
Yeah,
racist.
a Rhodesia because I have a Rhodesian flag down in my gym, dude. Right?
Who the fuck was that? Some nobody.
Dude, no, it was dude, and well, it was this guy makes fucking videos about promoting the Victorian Socialist Party, and then something like I sent this link that said, "Oh, you're Australia's worst builder," and I went, "Oh, that's fucking awesome! Like, thanks for that." And I contacted YouTube and I had a look at it, and it was kind of funny, and so I embraced it and screenshot it and put it in a few of my TikToks. I'm Australia's worst builder. Come and fucking talk to me, like. It's
Yeah,
like, what are you going to do to me, mate?
bro.
You've got that coming. If you aren't already getting that, I'm sure you'd be on the fucking hit list for some councils, mate.
Yeah,
Right?
well, bro, it's funny, man. I've had a guy saying, "Fuck, bro, you better start hiring some security, man, because you're gonna piss off some big civil contractors." And I was like, "Fucking oath, I want to, man. Like, it should all be above board, bro. I'm paying rates now. It sucks, you know."
You asked me that question when we did the interview. Like, are you worried about anyone coming for
Yeah,
you? You are talking about millions of dollars, mate, and they're like, I'm not being going to be a conspiracy theorist, right? But I know, and you know as well as I do as well, is that criminal connections and money, fucking, they do shit, mate.
yeah,
So
yeah, absolutely. But no, I don't know, man. Like for us, it's like it's the best marketing we can do, and I just want to build more trust with the builders. So like we're making a big push to, yeah, just try and open up some stuff in Aussie, as best we can. But fuck, they lock. Like, what's a legima request called in Aussie? Is it something similar?
freedom of information.
Yeah, is that pretty much the same thing? Yeah.
I think so, but you're at a level that I don't really understand, mate, especially with the stuff that you're doing. So, and I've got a new Kiwi builder working for me at the moment who's learning to be one of our building supervisors, like 40 years carpentry experience. Great fuck, mate, salt of the earth. I'm so glad I found this guy.
No.
And you Kiwis just have a fucking ability just to be so grounded with what you do, right? The
Yeah.
poor motherfucker is shitting himself about snakes on every site visit we do in Australia right
Yeah.
now, and that's
Yeah.
I know that's a Kiwi thing, but he's helped me also realize that you guys, as much as we're aligned in many ways, you guys have a really different system and way of doing things in New Zealand than we do in
Yeah.
Australia.
I feel like, do you feel like Kiwi builders have, because I don't know what it is, man, but Aussie builders, when they go passive homes, I feel like they think that's like some superior building style, but that's like the standard here.
Yeah, you guys have a different standard because you have different climatic conditions to
Yeah,
deal with as
exactly.
well.
Yeah.
And someone's just put a cowboy hat on you, dude. I don't know if you noticed that
Yeah,
in the
yeah, I've
video.
seen that, bro.
You receive stars. Like, I had someone put a fucking cat's head on me once when I did this. I'm no expert on this live stuff, mate. Yeah, definitely a different standard. I personally believe that you guys have a higher standard of building in NZ than we have here, but I'm pretty sure that we're about to overtake you with our current National Construction Code standards that are coming through here, mate. Because I was talking to a thermal energy assessor who does the assessments on new home builds and extensions, renovations for Class 1A stuff here in Australia. And
Yeah.
to reach the new levels under the 7-star energy rating, my Kiwi builder was telling me that with you guys don't even come fucking close to what we're about to do in Australia.
Oh, you
Yeah.
got a cowboy hat now. Yo,
Yeah, and it's probably one of my daughters. Yeah, it was my daughter Ava sent
your
that hat.
your
Yeah,
daughter.
Ava. Love you, honey.
So, are your daughters on TikTok?
Yeah,
They
mate, dude.
obviously are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Oh, jeez, Dad. I go. Oh, look, I checked the racist thing with them. Was that video racist? And they're like, Dad, you're always like that. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I'm always fucking racist. I don't know. If you're not from
Um,
Australia or New Zealand, fucking yeah, like I don't know. Like,
that's funny, bro.
what?
Yeah, no, we're trying to open up a can of worms in Aussie, bro. We're having a look at stuff, and we're just trying to even just start cracking into like wasteful spending on councils, like expenses, and guys that are getting bloody five, 600, $700,000 a year salaries, and what is their background? Like, what were they doing prior to what they were doing? Because I reckon
Yeah.
anyone that runs a building company could run a fucking, they're smart dudes, man. Running a building company, it takes a lot of work. Like, there's so many moving parts. And I just think they would do
Yeah.
a much better job than most of these people running mayors and stuff. So it's something that we're really trying to bloody crack into. Like, I want to.
Could you imagine what it was like in the olden days where like the Yellow Pages contacted you and you put an ad in the Yellow Pages for the year, right? And then you might have had the community newspaper where you set up a 3-month account, and you have an ad in the community newspaper and you got your leads that way, and then you just went and did free quotes for people. Like, I can't imagine the world that because that was what it was like when I got into the industry,
Yeah,
and it's so fucking different now. You're talking like try and run a building company now with the rules, the regulations,
Right.
even doing this, right? Like how, like this stuff, like there's so much more to it. And you're right. I think tradesmen and I think builders are underrated, some of the most underrated people in this
Man.
country, man.
You name another profession that you have to put a 20-year license on your work. Tell me right now.
Yep.
Fucking
Yep.
nothing.
Well, there's
Um,
no, mate, I saw this stat today, right? Like 33% of politicians in Australia are fucking lawyers, right?
yeah,
Like, okay, oh, great, we've got more women in government. Well, how many fucking tradies have you got in there? How many carpenters have you got in there? How many fucking quantity surveyors have you got in there? How many estimators? How many people have you got that have actually dug a fucking trench
yeah.
in
Or
Parliament
even
right
know
now?
what end of a fucking shovel to
Yeah,
use.
yeah, but apparently we're represented by 33% of the fucking government being fucking lawyers, man. Like,
Yeah.
no offense to the lawyers out there, because you guys will fuck me if you really want to, or
Yeah,
fuck
but
David here if you really want to. But where's
their
the
jobs are
representation, mate?
their jobs are also the first gone with AI, mate. There won't be many lawyers around soon. No associates will be getting hired after next year, bro, with ChatGPT. And
Well, if you and you're doing this, I bet, right? Every legal letter I've had to write for the last 6 months, fuck it, it's come straight out of chat, mate.
yeah, bro.
100%. That tab is open on my screen right now,
Yeah,
and it
bro.
is my fucking
Yeah,
co-host, mate. It is everything I do. So,
ChatGPT is my Gmail, man.
yeah.
Someone was just saying why council managers paid so much. I've actually got no clue how they. I want to know who sets the salary for these things. Like, why are they set so high? And if it's paid by the public, shouldn't it be a stock standard rate? Like, why is it $500,000? It's outrageous, man.
Well, when you have a council election, why aren't the voters given a piece of paper to determine pay rates for their fucking council members?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that democracy? Is that
Yeah.
that's how democracy should work, correct?
Yeah. I mean, we need to start doing on this. I mean, to be fair, for us to open up a can of worms in Aussie, all we need to do is start going through every single mayor, what they're paid, and then look at their background, and then just say, do you guys think this is worth their money? Because
Well,
most,
man, dude, have you heard about Lawrence Springborg, the president of the fucking Queensland LNP and
no,
his council?
give it to
Like,
me.
we're Windy, mate. Like, where out they are.
Yeah.
They just gave away a fucking $50 million parcel of land to a fucking Aboriginal corporation, mate. Like, they just fucking gave it away. Now,
Yeah.
now, apparently, it's prime fucking wind farm country, right? So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not saying that there's corruption here, but I'm saying that we have a situation here where councils are now, and the same thing happened in Brisbane here, where down near where I live. We just gave away $100 million fucking property area, like the old hospital down there where I live here, to a corporation corporation, like, is that for no transaction? There's no dollar. We just gave it away. Like, what does that mean?
Yeah, that's wild, man. Yeah. I mean, I don't have as much knowledge on you at a high level of that, but I just look at how do these costs and these decisions get approved? Like, it just blows my brain out. Like, that'd be like at your company saying we're going to give away 10 flat packs this month just for nothing. Just,
We're going to give it away, but also I don't know what it cost me. I don't know what it's worth, and I have no control over what's happening within this business. How long would you last?
yeah, yeah, true.
Your microphone's a bit quiet, mate. There's something
Oh,
going on
I
there.
was
You might,
blocking
yeah,
it.
a
I
bit
think I was
closer.
blocking it. Someone was saying, are you talking to viewers today? Do you usually talk to people? Do you engage with people in here usually?
It's. Look, dude. Look. I've maybe done 3 lives.
Oh,
Like,
no
honestly,
shit.
this is rare for me, mate, because I don't. And while I was waiting for you, I was actually checking through live. Right? Have
Yeah.
you been through there? It's a fucking sewer,
Bro,
right?
there is so much shit. But I tell you what,
I,
man, I did a live before I left Bali last Friday. No word of a lie. I sold a painting QS report and a pre-empted spreadsheet and made about $1,500 in 40 minutes.
dude.
It's crazy, bro. Lives are the best marketing, man. They are such good.
That gym you were training in over there was fucking
Yeah.
epic as well, I might add, man. I was so jealous of that gym.
Have you been
Like,
to Indo? Have you been there much? You must have been Aussie. No, have you been
yeah,
to
dude,
Lombok,
I've been to
Bali?
Bali maybe 30
Yeah.
times,
I was
man.
gonna say, G, you
Yeah.
look like a Bali.
I don't holiday in Australia because I can't holiday in Australia. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's too hard.
Nah,
So,
I've been to Lombok twice, bro, and it's just like yeah, more chilled out, way more chilled out version of Bali. It's cool, but dude,
oh,
we did
Lombok, really? Wow. Because
Lombok.
I've been to Gili Island. I've done the
Yeah,
Gillies, right? I haven't spent time on Lombok at all. So.
yeah. We literally just booked a villa. I had myself, my marketing guy, my personal content guy, and my general manager for New Zealand, and we just booked a villa up there, $3,000 for 6 nights. Was unreal. And yeah, Lombok's cool, bro. Just little cafes, one main street, 4 or 5 gyms. It's fucking awesome place, man. So
Totally ready.
I love it,
I,
eh?
I
So
I went to Nusa Penida and Nusa Sinigan last time,
yeah,
and dived off there as well. And like, fuck, the diving was unbelievable, mate. And
yeah,
also very simple, not as intense as Bali itself. So
yeah,
there's some really good spots out there. Hey, people
nice.
are asking questions here, man. I'm
Yeah,
not
bro.
used to this.
You can go through. So
Well, I just want to make sure that we're also like, dude, I know you want to get people sending you their stories, right? So let's
yeah, man.
clarify that.
Yeah.
Like, if you know of some council corruption, what do you need?
Yeah, man. So in New Zealand, guys, we reprice government council projects. So at the moment, we're opening up a can of worms on like Kāinga Ora, which is our national housing association. They were building fucking 20 houses up north, and they spent 50 mil on consulting, and I repriced what it should cost, and it was about 18 to 22 million. So in
Oh,
Australia, we're trying to find the same level of detail, and what we need is we're just after guys that know where we can find articles, councils like wasteful spending, mayors that are on too much money, like business trips that are costing 60 grand, houses that are costing too much, consultants. So like literally, we run Rapid QS on TikTok, and anyone that knows has dirt or anything. We just need to make 2 or 3 good videos that pop off in Australia, and we'll start opening up a can of worms. But we want to just bring transparent spending, man. Like, I don't know how it works with you guys, but when we try to request information, they lock it down with commercially sensitive. So they don't like to give away all the numbers of invoices for a
yeah.
playground or a park or a road. So we know Australia is quite strict. What about freedom of information website? Yeah, so do you request information individually off there?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
like,
but you don't. There's no, like, they can say no, and you
yeah,
can get redacted documents as well.
yeah.
And so I've started adding people to this live, dude,
Mate,
because I don't really know. The organisation, mate. You're in here now, so how are you, bro? How you going,
I'm
mate?
good. How you guys going? I'm same as you. I'm a builder in Brisbane.
mate,
Fucking go, brother!
love the
Yes.
tradies. Love tradies.
Apparently, we're all fucking racist, but it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh
yeah.
yeah, like,
I like it when I keep throwing up the 350 a year income I earn, and they're like, oh, they all go
dude, I
insane.
saw that comment yesterday. That was fucking gold.
That's for real.
Can you
Like it's I
explain?
do bathroom and kitchen specific. So
Uh,
it's like you walk in 10 grand a week, boom, boom, boom. It's not
Yeah.
that hard.
yeah.
No,
But
but you
everyone.
made a really good point that you fucking did your trade and you learned how to do it. You put the time in to learn how to do that, and
Oh, you have to. I
you
got a
stay in
factory and
your
everything.
lane, man. It was really cool what you wrote.
Yeah, yeah. No, honestly, I got a factory, make my own kitchens. I do it ever since COVID. I had to sort of scale down, and basically, before you couldn't get anything made, you couldn't get anything done. So yeah, I went and bought a CNC, learned it, and yeah, literally made own. Before I was just getting like cut to size and getting other people to do it. Now I literally still using my own 2 hands to build everything, but
Mate.
yeah, making a mozza, it's good.
How many boys do you have
That's
with you,
positive.
mate?
No, no, everyone's a subby. So I've
Fuck
got
yeah.
2 tilers, 2 plumbers, 2 electricians.
Yeah.
I filter between all of them. I actually have apart from my wife and my
Nice.
son, I have no one really on the books, if you know what I mean.
Fuck. So that was a COVID transition from you.
That was a COVID transition for me, yeah.
Yeah, good on you, bro. That was the same with me, man. I got out of my building business. I was at home and I started pricing. And then I took one social media course. It was $300 about how to promote what you're doing. And then
Yep.
fucking boomfa. It just went wild. So good on you, bro, because
Yeah,
COVID
thanks.
did the opposite for a lot of
What,
people.
what's your real name, mate? What's your real name?
Me? Oh, it's Jason.
Jason. Jason, what's your company called, man?
I'll say it here, it's Brisbane Kitchens and Bathrooms.
Fucking awesome, dude. I need a new kitchen, bro. Fucking my missus is at me constantly right now. So yeah,
Well,
I'll be reaching out. I'll be reaching out. You need a deck or a patio? We can do a deal, man.
I got to say I got a TikTok profile too with all my company on here. But
Mate,
Yeah.
I made the wrong mistake is I went on one live for that, got very heated, very political, and I got fucking nailed. And my wife goes, whoa, get a new TikTok account, do something else if you're going to get involved. Like I said, I'm lit like you. I got called, what do you call it, a cooker and all that sort of shit. And I said, nah, this is just the truth. You just don't want to see it. And I'm very anti-woke everything.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, when they get called out, man, I got screamed down. I've got called racist. I got everything. So I thought, ooh, I better get rid of the company account and come up with a. As you can see,
Yeah.
you click on this. There's only a couple of photos. That's it.
Yeah, it's a fine balance. It's funny to me, like the most ideological people are generally the people that are organised for the unions. You actually talk to the union members, like, and this comes up all the time as well. Like the tradies vote the way we all vote and we all look and they see the same shit that we see, right? But
Yeah.
it's that leadership that's kind of leading them in this direction of, like, oh, it's fucking too hot, or it's fucking, we need to fly this flag, or we need to support this ideology. Look, honestly, I swear to God, every tradie out there is basically soul of the earth, and because we're easygoing to some degree, we kind of let people live their own life, but we get led down the garden path in a lot of ways as well, I reckon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think so. I mean, the only thing, I'm not a very big union person either. And I said, you talk about corruption. I've been on a commercial, I won't say where, but I was on a commercial site in Brisbane doing a little job there. And then when the blokes turn up and go, that looks a bit heavy, I think, yeah, hang on. And this guy disappeared. Everyone goes, who the hell was that? And then next, all these guys turn up and they go, like, mate, no, you can't lift that. We go, what the frick? And then they start asking, aren't you union? I went, I'm not union. Whoa. And then it went. And I'm like, I had the heavy put on me. I'm like, no, mate, I ain't going to do shit.
Yeah.
I said I'm a subby contracting to Ramcock, which was the, which was the company. And yeah, mate, it went off. And literally, they tried to kick most of us off there and made it a union site. It was phenomenal. All because of someone was carrying these like tile things that were like heavy. I mean, it was crazy how it started.
Well, I think, look, we all know this, right? I don't want to compromise on safety. I want all of my guys to go home safe. We all know how we work, right? Like, it's not about cutting corners, but at the end of the day, people need fucking houses, mate. Like, I don't know what the trade-off here is, because if we're going to charge $1 million for a home and build it the safest way possible, then everyone needs to be prepared to pay $1 million to build a house. What do you guys reckon? So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you can't build it the union way. That's all I do know because, like I said, you do it. This is the thing. How I do it. You do it the subby way, and basically someone goes, "Here's the job. I've costed it at this." And like I said, I'm not an asshole either. If they come in and go, "Oh, dude, I'm going to lose a couple of grand on this. Can you help us out?" I go, "Sure." And we do something about it if they've underquoted a bit. But apart from that, everyone just gets in, gets it done, and gets out of there.
Yeah, man. Well, it's the same thing in New Zealand, bro. Like, I did a cost analysis the other day of what it costs to build a new house, and then what percentage of that is paperwork fees, and it's like 22%, bro, of just paperwork and shit. And it's like, imagine how many more houses we could build if we just scrapped all that crap. Obviously, withhold standards and stuff, and still do inspections, but it's just fucking outrageous, bro.
I'm kind of of the opinion that if it's engineered and an engineer has signed off on it, why the fuck do I have to wait for council for 12 months to approve the fucking thing? Like, we do decks and patios and carports, right? So we build shit outside, generally the building envelope of most homes. Mate, we've got fucking projects 18 months in fucking building approvals, backwards and forwards with town planning, fucking $30,000-$40,000 later to put a fucking carport on a house. It doesn't make any sense, and that's the corruption.
Well, that's, I mean, you said you go and put like same as mine, I've done my own carport out the front, believe it or not, as you would. And
you got it approved, I'm sure.
Of course. Oh, no, I did. Went to all the process of it. But you had to go once you got outside of the realms of, the town planning. So I'm going to build it on the boundary, all that stuff. So now you need relaxations, this and this. It took forever. Yet if you were building a shed in the backyard, as long as it's within that, the Brisbane City Council specification guide or whatever, you can literally just get a private certifier and it's done and dusted. Yeah. It doesn't take too long. But like I said, with a house, it's not town planning that shit takes forever.
It's the relaxations, mate. It's the relaxations and building outside the standard envelope rules. And so, because what they've done is they've made it so that their requirement is like this, but people want to build out to their boundaries or their front boundaries and rear boundaries. That's where all of those secondary and approvals come in. And Brisbane Council, like where we are here, you need a front boundary relaxation, a side boundary relaxation, and neighbours' consent. Like, fuck, it's a double relaxation and a building permit. 3 applications. It's fucked up.
No, it sure is. I mean, I watched I know it's Pauline Hanson, but, I watched a podcast with Pauline Hanson a little while ago. She actually was saying that building a home in Queensland or something, like the tax part of it across materials, subbies, like all that stuff, it's more like 49% or something. Like literally half of it's taxed out on the way through. from actual like
What are you
materials.
seeing there, Dave, with the projects you price, mate, as far as the percentages that go to council, like for approvals and shit?
Yeah, it's just I mean, for example, I'm building heaps of 60 square meter units on the back of big properties there, and I mean, I'm paying $8,000 for a consent, and then yeah, $8,000.
When you say 60 square meters, you're talking about secondary dwellings like grannies
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah, but I'm not subdividing. I'm just putting just another unit on for rental income and equity, really, home and income. But yeah,
Yep.
you're paying up to 10 grand in consenting fees. And there was a guy in Auckland actually who just did one. He paid just over $50,000 or $60,000 for something in Auckland, a new dwelling on a site, and he kicked up a fuss, and the council ended up refunding him about 20 or 15 grand or something. But it's just like, yeah, it's outrageous, bro. And just the people he's dealing with have never been in building. They don't know what's going on, and the
Yeah.
RFI, yeah, it's
That's where we have the most trouble with building approvals with the stuff that we sell as prefab kits around Australia, is they'll be dealing with their local council, and the bureaucrat in that desk can't read the engineering, can't read
yeah,
the fucking plans, and then wants more information, and then wants the client to do site specific fucking drawings, and then drop another three, four, $5,000.
yeah.
That's constant, mate. We deal with that with councils every single day. Is their inability to comprehend what's being done because they don't have the skill set either.
It's just sad, eh? Like all the problems can be solved with common sense, like literally common sense. But it's
Oh
like
yeah.
to do it. It's just a shame. Like I just don't know why it can't be easier.
Have you run into a hydrologist report yet?
Oh,
Oh, dude,
I had one. I'll
mate.
tell you this one. I did a project of my own in Camp Hill, right? So beautiful house, a fibro cement shed shitbox I knocked over in, I don't know, like 2006 or something, and built this queen. And this was Campbell Newman. When was that? Was that like 2006 or
2008 to 2012, man.
Okay, there you go. All right, so he got in. Sorry, just before he got in, it was actually. So I
Yeah.
just bought the house, and they said, "Oh, look, it has to be replica Queenslander because you're in, not heritage listing, but
Character assessment, mate.
character assessment." And then I went, "Oh yeah, no worries." And it was, being Camp Hill, it's very hilly. So anyway, knock it over, get my plans approved, and then they said, "Oh, okay, before we get these approved, you need a hydrologist." I went, "What the hell for?" They go, "Oh, a 1 in 100 year storm, like never flooded ever in this block, right? 1 in 100 year storm might do this and this." You know what the hydrologist cost was? $22,000. I shit you not, 22 grand.
fuck.
The house behind me was being built as well by Metricon, and they come over and said, "Oh yeah, we got caught with that too. This hydrologist report." I said, "Well, what's your guy's number?" And he goes, "Oh, here you go." And I asked him, and he goes, "Oh, I've just done this." It was even more than mine for the same thing, and the guy was already there on the back of the block, already doing it. I thought, how do they come up with that sort of thing? And all it was land overlays and all this sort of rubbish,
Yeah.
and and I was building in Queensland, like it was on
That was 14 years ago. Imagine what it costs now, mate. Imagine what it costs now. Right. And then the engineered footings that they come up with post that report, you're probably talking fucking 2 meter, 2.5 meter piers on a house that, probably had a footing that was designed in the 70s. None of it makes sense and none of it fits together anymore.
Oh yeah, no, it had some crazy footings, that's for sure. That's for
I've
sure.
got this guy, Red Skull, that asked if he could join in. Red Skull, like, do you guys mind if I add this other guy in? Like,
Yeah, bro.
I'm winging it here, guys. I
No,
don't really know what I'm
100%,
doing.
man.
So
This is good. I'm just replying to people in the comments.
Yeah, hey mate. It's a little bit off topic, like from construction. I don't know what you guys are really on about. I'm not really in that field of work. It's mainly a personal question, Cal. I love the videos, mate. I'm just wondering. I've seen the Rhodesian flag in the background in a few of your videos. I'm just wondering, like, did you serve in the Rhodesian War by any chance, or what's the go with that?
Okay, so I'm happy to answer the question, but let's be clear about this, right? I get called a racist for having a Rhodesian flag in my gym. And it's a trippy story. But in 1997, I was working on a building project in Perth. I was a licensed ticketed rigger, so I used to stand still before I became a carpenter. And so I'm working on this building project. The company that supplied the steel for this building project turned up one day and said, "We need a couple of guys to go to West Africa next week and go there for 6 months to build fucking sheds for this mining equipment for this West African mine." It was in Ghana. And I went, "Well, I'm single. I don't own anything. I've got no commitments. Fuck it. I'll go to Africa." And in 1997, it was $1,600 a week tax free, which was fucking huge money back then.
Yeah, man.
So I get on a plane, I go to West Africa, and I find myself working with all of these fucking Rhodesians. All these guys, mate. All the guys on the construction construction side were all Rhodesians. And And I spent 6 months living with them, sharing house with them, working with them. And I've got to tell you, they were one of the most defining bunch of guys I've ever met in my life. They had fought in the Rhodesian War.
Yeah.
They were honest, good fellas whose families had died, lost their farms, lost mates. Like, they had been through the fucking ringer. And these were builders. They were builders like me. They were guys that built shit. They were tradesmen. And I just, there was something about them that left an impression on me. And they were really clear to me too, to be really careful about what I saw happen in Australia going forward. Like, because this was 97. Now I was 24, 25, and I never forgot what they told me about how they watched their country disintegrate. Now, you can make all the arguments in the world about whether Rhodesia was a good place or a bad place. I'll take these guys at face value. But I know this. Rhodesia's GDP is less today than it was at the peak of their fucking economy, back in the fucking early 70s. It's an incredibly rich country that's been fucking destroyed by corruption. And with all the good intentions, the road to hell is paved with good intentions, my friend. And so, am I a Rhodesian? No. Do I have any Rhodesian blood? No. Did I work in West Africa with a bunch of Rhodesians and live with them for 6 months and listen to their stories about how they'd been fucked? The world fucked Rhodesia. And whether they were right or whether they were wrong, the point is Rhodesians have a lower standard of living, one of the lowest fucking life expectancies in Africa at the moment. And I couldn't give a fuck what colour people are, but I just remember going, you guys are a bunch of lads that I don't ever want to forget. And so I've got the Rhodesian flag, I've got a Thailand flag, I've got a fucking freedom flag, and I've got a pirate flag in my gym. Because there's things that have happened in my life that have left an impression on me. And those guys were. And when I see what's happening to Australia right now, mate, when they had that voice referendum, whether you agree with that or not, I went, holy fuck, you're about to give our country away. So that left an impression on me. That's the reason for the Rhodesian flag.
Yeah, no, I love
you
the
can call me a
story,
racist now, Red Skull, if you want to go for
No,
it.
no, I'm pro Rhodesia, mate. I'm pretty, pretty far right, I guess you could say. But I love the story, and
All right.
yeah, I love the story. And it's really beautiful that you have that story between Rhodesians. It's really sad what they went through, and I think Australia's heading for the same fate. But yeah, I love.
Have you checked out Will Tanner on X? His name's Will Tanner.
Will Tanner.
Tanner, Tanner. I suggest you get on over there and read his X threads, because he makes the point that in the Western world, we're all Rhodesians now.
Oh yeah,
all
100%.
Rhodesians. And mate, if you look at my book collection behind me, I've probably got half a dozen. I've got thousands of books down in my fucking library in my shed, but down here, I mean, 6 of my favourite books are all about the Rhodesian War and what men did and women did to try and save their country, mate. So anyway,
it's very if you could send me the names of the books by chance, that would be awesome, mate. Like I love reading about Rhodesia and their history, and I love the people, and I was just wondering because I've never came across a Rhodesian before. So
well, if I'm not Rhodesian, like I said, but if you want to DM me, just message me on TikTok, mate. I'll send you a list of some of the half a dozen books that I reckon you should read that you might get a lot out of. It was funny because when I had that video made about me last week, like Australia's worst builder, they made a really big point about the Rhodesian flag in my gym. But no one mentions the red ensign flag or the pirate flag. But apparently, if you've got a Rhodesian flag, you're a fucking racist. So,
no, I don't know about that video. You would have to send that to me, mate. I didn't say anything on the social.
You came up with other ones too, mate. I've seen you on someone else's. It was you, Ozpill, if you know who that is, the white dude that goes all white. And a couple others have all shown up on some chick's bloody, whatever, her FYP or some shit, whatever they call it.
Do you guys reckon it's bad for your business? I mean, obviously, Jason, you had your missus get really worried about being political.
I had to. We had a stalker. We had really bad message. I got messages from people saying they're going to do all sorts of shit. And someone mentioned my address, home address, and I went, what the fuck? And then I didn't realize how did they find it. And I forgot. If you go on my business account, then go and look me up on the QVCC with my name, it's all up there, everything. My address, my business address, it's all there. And I went, ooh. And then, of course, I sent a DM back to that guy, but he blocked me by then. I couldn't even reply. And I thought,
Yeah, they don't care if you have a family, mate. You have to be careful.
I'm
No,
not.
well,
I'm not going to challenge them to any kind of confrontation. But let's be clear here, fellas. Like, you want to find us, you'll find us, right? And fucking, fucking,
just
fucking, fucking go.
Yeah.
Fucking.
yeah.
I tend to find that most of them are fucking. I'm not challenging them, but if they're listening and they're watching right now, fuck, you know where I am. Fucking,
Yeah.
fucking, come on down, motherfucker. Fuck's sake.
Yeah, come to the gym. Come to the gym.
But
I
you've seen my gym, mate.
know, bro. I
You've
love
seen
it, man. Hey, I'm just gonna I'm gonna jump off, but guys, anyone that's unhappy with councils, we're ripping councils apart in New Zealand, repricing wasteful spending. So hit us up if you've got any articles, anything you want to send us. Councils wasteful spending on managers and PMs. We're ripping them to shreds in New Zealand, and we're trying to start the same thing in Aussie. But we are struggling to find content and articles. It's locked up pretty bad. But
Oh, can you look up the Jindalee Bridge for me?
yeah, I will. That'll be a mission.
It's just so you know, it's a bridge to nowhere. So they've like, it's, you know, my side of town anyway, I don't give a shit. But yeah, I'm over here and we've got this bridge that's literally, you're going to drive off the Centenary onto this bridge when it's finished. Then you're going to be driving back onto the Centenary after it, because it goes nowhere. It's just a second bridge. There's no leading in, no extra lanes out. It's just the bridge.
And how much
everyone's
did
like,
how
what
much did
the
they
hell?
charge you? How much did they charge you?
That's
Oh,
the one. It's a BMD project too, right?
Yeah. The consulting fees or something to start, that was huge.
Yeah,
Like they had to check that, I know some brown shitty Brisbane River wasn't going to have something happen to it and all this sort of crap. It was crazy, the amount of money that was blown on it before they even got to it.
Nah.
I reckon, Dave, we're just going to scratch the surface here, mate. And we keep pushing on it. We're going to find you a ton of content, mate. So.
Nah, we're good. All right, well, it's late for me, and I've had a podcast in Queenstown today, so I'm out of breath.
Fucking awesome. And listen, lads, I've got to go. I've got to do some family time with the kids this week. So it's great to chat. Thank you all so much for contributing. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Jason. Thanks, Red Skull. Man, fucking really appreciate the support, guys, and great chatting, hey.
Yeah, keep the videos up, mate. Love chatting with you. Have a good one.
Cheers,
Gentlemen.
Thank you.
Boys.
Chill out.